Hello, and welcome to the Weight Loss Solutions Masterclass. You're about to learn the most effective way to help people with anxiety, depression, and stressful lifestyles eliminate binge drinking and lose weight without medication, bad diets, or strenuous exercise, even if nothing else works. But before we start, there are a couple of things which will help you get the most out of our time together. You may want to jot a few notes down, so make sure your sound is turned on and make sure you have a paper and pen handy, because what I'm about to share with you will change the way you think about how to solve your weight management problems for good. Have you ever noticed how some people can just enjoy eating their favorite foods and never seem to get weight or to binge or have an eating disorder? Or how some people just have a burst of energy and are always happy and get to have a healthy relationship with their friends and family without feeling like they have binge eating problems? Does it seem like some women are just able to handle their stress well and never turn to overeating to escape their problems? But why not you? This master class is for you if you struggle with anxiety, depression, mood swings, managing your weight, and want to improve your weight and have better relationships with your friends and family. If you're tired of binge eating and yo-yo dieting robbing you of the life you deserve and are willing to invest in your health and prevent chronic diseases, then this masterclass is a must for you. If you want to lose weight and maintain it without medications, bad diets, and strenuous exercise, then stay tuned because I'm going to share some very important information with you. Now, this is a bucket. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you what this bucket has to do with your weight problem. Our promise to you is that we'll show you a 3-step system which will help you start losing weight today and start seeing clothes fit better in as little as 3 weeks. What's more is you'll be able to keep the weight off, control your anxiety and depression, and avoid mood swings. So what we're going to share with you is actually a 3-in-1 solution that deals with the anxiety, depression, and the weight loss. Can you imagine how you'll feel when you're finally able to have more energy and enjoy your daily activities? Just imagine waking up in the morning without feeling drained, without feeling bloated, without feeling overweight and heavy in your own skin. Imagine what it feels like to actually love seeing who you look at in the mirror. Just imagine how to be able to enjoy spending time with your friends and family without feeling tired, bloated, or without feeling like you want to eat everything at the barbecue. You'll be able to control your mood swings, manage your anxiety and depression, and have the energy to be able to spend time with friends and family and doing the activities you love the most while being around the food that you love the most without being triggered by it and without overeating. Wait, I have nothing to sell you except for the idea that you can create a stress-free, healthy lifestyle where you manage your weight and have the life you deserve, where you feel like you have a control over what you eat, you feel like your mood is stabilized, and you feel like you're free from the grasp of being anxious or depressed all the time. Can you relate? Do you feel overwhelmed or have mood swings or feel depressed or overeat for hours in secret? Is your weight and depression ruining your career and relationships? Just find it hard to get up in the morning and find that you're either in a high or a low and feel lethargic and just lack the energy? Do you feel stressed? And then when you feel that stress, do you reach for food? When you feel stressed, do you feel like you're gaining weight and feeling fatigued and have no energy? Do you feel emotional, irritable, anxious, or depressed? Can you relate to this? Do you sometimes forget family activities because you're too tired and have no energy? Do you feel depression making you feel like you don't even want to open your windows some mornings? Have you tried bad diets, weight loss medications, other medications, or grueling hours at the gym just to realize that your overeating actually got worse and you had a rebound effect where you were able to starve yourself or go on the diet or go to the gym or, fill in the blank. But then sooner or later, there was that binge or urge to overeat. And then it just left you feeling anxious, jittery, and worst of all, you put on all the weight back or even more than you took off. So the yo-yo binge dieting is something that only allows people to fail and go off of it and go on in it. Can you relate? Have you ever been on the yo-yo cycle of weight loss and weight gain and binging again, and then the pounds just keep adding on and you feel sad, tired, and hopeless? Well, guess what? I'm here to share with you that it's not your fault. The real reason why permanent weight loss cannot be achieved by willpower, strenuous exercise, bad diets, medication is because only rebalancing a newly discovered brain body connection is the best way to eliminate unwanted weight and to keep it off for good. Here's why. Workouts, taking care of others, relationships, hormones, anxiety, depression, social stressors, all of these trigger your fight or flight response, which leads to your weight problems. You want to know how? The brain on binge eating or when overweight is like an unregulated thermostat. It just goes from very high or very low. Have you ever had that situation where you have a thermostat that controls the shower and you're in the shower and the water is hot and then all of a sudden it gets cold and then it gets warm and then it gets hot again only to get cold again? This is what the brain is like when it's overweight. It's like an unregulated thermostat that is completely either going over high, over full, or it's going under regulated, causing you to feel anxious when it's at a certain temperature and then depressed when it's at another. But whether it's at either of the extremes, the bottom line is you got it. You end up feeling that you have gained weight because you end up overeating, lack of energy to do the exercises that you need to do that are helpful, not strenuous exercises at the gym, but just normal, helpful exercises. And then on top of this, because the brain is unregulated, you're actually releasing unnecessary stress hormones, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Now, soon we'll show you how easy it is to turn your brain into an auto-regulating thermostat. When the temperature goes up and you start to feel too much anxiety, or the temperature goes way too low and you start to feel too depressed, your brain auto-regulates itself without you binge eating, overeating, losing energy, feeling tired, or reducing yourself to a level of guilt and shame, and certainly without having to release a bunch of stress hormones. New research has found that rebalancing the brain body connection works better to eliminate excess weight and prevent the chronic diseases that occur due to excess weight gain. All of these fad diets, strenuous exercises, medications are not effective. The proof is that recently a study shows that the before and after pictures of people, countless people who are able to control chronic disease and eliminate bad diets while maintaining their weight for good without ever having to take medications, spend strenuous hours in the gym, or even have to quit their favorite foods altogether. There is good news. The good news is we figured out a simple three-step system to rebalance your brain-body connection and to solve your weight problems once and for all. In a moment, we'll walk through how to do this. The key to your success is easy when you use this three-step system, which will help you eliminate excess weight and manage your weight and eliminate your depression and anxiety for good. With this solution, you'll wake up every morning feeling refreshed, ready to put on your best performance in your career, have energy to spend time with your family, have energy to reach your fitness goals, and have the proper nutrition and be able to see results from the very first day. With this discovery, you'll love looking at yourself in the mirror every day without feeling anxious, hopeless, depressed, guilty, or sad. With this breakthrough, you'll have better relationships with your spouses and family. You'll be able to be a great role model to your kids because you're actually going to be able to do what you say. You're going to be able to walk the walk. You'll be able to enjoy being social with your friends and family and be more productive at work. The best part is that you can do this all without having to go on another fad diet, even if your metabolism is slowing down, without any mood swings, any weight loss detox jitters, or any strenuous exercise. And you'll be able to do this without any harmful medications or any kind of packaged meals or anything like that. And this will be working for you, even if nothing else has worked in the past. The only reason we can share this with you is because our clinic has successfully helped millions of clients who have been through the good and bad and the ugly. At Positive Health and Wellness, we're best known for successfully helping individuals achieve permanent weight loss, even when struggling with anxiety and depression, hormonal imbalances, or even when triggered by stressful situations. So when you get to your rock bottom, don't sugarcoat it. Get the help you deserve now and enjoy permanent weight control, overcome anxiety and depression, and balance your hormones and prevent chronic disease. Our world-renowned Harvard-trained experts have helped thousands of patients eliminate overeating, manage their weight, and control their anxiety and depression. And just like you, we can help you. Even though we're sought after experts in this area, we want you to know that things certainly weren't always this way for our clients. Let me show you what we mean. We worked with millions of clients who desperately wanted to help with their weight and prevent chronic diseases from destroying their lives. Some of these chronic diseases, as many of you know, include obesity and the effects of obesity, such as diabetes, health problems, heart problems, and high blood pressure, just to name a few, which can ultimately lead to horrible things such as liver damage and renal failure, heart disease, and just a feeling of lethargy, and also many neuropathies that can make people have back problems and stress and whatnot. So let's get into it. Our clients saw that no matter what diet they were on, or how much they exercised, or how many medications we prescribed them, eventually their weight kept coming back. They would get it under control for a little while, only to have a relapse and start the vicious yo-yo cycle again. We tried everything for our clients: medications that had poor compliance, prepackaged meals, which cost thousands of dollars, and even willpower and grueling exercises, which always helped. I remember the moment that Samantha came into our office crying and holding a pack of pill bottles that she just couldn't take anymore. She was tired, she was exhausted, and she just didn't want to do it anymore. She's a mother of two, and she had so much stress. She was battling taking the kids to their practices, their activities, being a mom, being a good wife, helping her family and whatnot. And she just couldn't take it anymore. She was tired of gaining and losing weight, only to have it seep in again. It was making her depression feel worse. Whenever she started getting on the weight loss programs and some of the medications, actually made her feel anxious and depressed. And so she felt helpless, hopeless, and defeated. And this really touched our hearts. It sent our clinical team of experts on a journey to find answers, because it wasn't just Samantha. We were seeing this time and again with multiple patients. And then through a lot of trial and error, we eventually figured out a way to solve it. We discovered the amazing brain body connection, which is the best way to permanently lose weight and prevent chronic diseases for good. We tried this motion for Samantha, and now Samantha has achieved the permanent weight loss, eliminated depression, chronic fatigue, and is a great model to her kids. She's able to spend time with her family doing activities that they love and enjoy. She is that mom that, you guessed it, now has all the energy. Whenever you see her, you'll think, where does she get all her energy from? And like I said, it wasn't just Samantha, it worked for all of our other clients. And you know what? You and our clients are very similar. Our clients aren't superheroes, just regular people who were committed to getting results, and they wanted the results once and for all. So if they can do this, you can too. Just imagine what life looks like when you're able to spend time with those that you love without having to feel irritable or depressed or on edge, without being able to feel like you can't share in and eat what everybody else is eating. Imagine how amazing you feel when you're actually able to spend time with your friends again without feeling depressed, worried about your weight, anxious, or worried about what to order on the menu, or worried if you're ever going to be able to work off or walk off the weight that you just ate in your food. This is what life looks like when you're able to achieve new levels of success in all areas, because you now have control over your weight. You now have control over your emotions. You now have control over your hormones. Imagine celebrating this new level of success. As we mentioned earlier, the real reason why you have a problem with your weight and you have anxiety and depression, because it's a cycle that feeds off of one another, is because stress has literally hijacked your ability to control your brain body thermostat. The three discoveries we've made about weight loss is amazing. And through years of research, we're going to share with you what these discoveries are. The first discovery is that we found that common solutions to weight loss actually make you more likely to relapse and gain more weight. So these common solutions include fat diets, strenuous exercise, prepackaged meals, you name it. So when you gain the more weight, you actually end up triggering hormones which cause you to have more anxiety. And at the same time, those hormones, when you start to binge and the yo-yo cycle and whatnot, quietly trigger you to start going down the road of depression for two reasons. You might be depressed because on one side, you feel like you've tried all these diets and they didn't work. And so you feel hopeless because you feel like you failed, which causes the depression. But also the depression's actually being caused by hormones and regulatory processes in your body, which are not able to be regulated because of the stress that has been triggered by the fight or flight response, which leads to further hormonal imbalances, which can lead to hair loss, memory loss, the feeling of fatigue, more weight around your midsection, irritability, anger, and mood swings. Clinical research studies now show that surprisingly, more patients were able to control their weights without having mental health relapse in areas of anxiety and depression, and without even eventually being able to have hormonal imbalances. They were able to develop a strong urge to resist all of these things naturally. And this leads to our next discovery. Another intriguing study found that because the medications used to treat overeating are designed to release toxins, they're actually causing toxicity. So even when people take those medications, because as we all know, many of the medications are either designed to increase your anxiety level by putting ephedra or caffeine or some derivative, whether it's natural, homeopathic, or pharmaceutical, which actually end up increasing your anxiety in an attempt to increase your metabolism. This causes the imbalance, which we mentioned earlier. And then you have this other class of drugs, which are actually designed to treat other health conditions, such as diabetes. And these medications are also found that when placed in patients who do not have diabetes, can also increase toxicity in their system. Which all of this leads to tissue inflammation, insulin resistance, hormonal imbalances, weight gain, and more weight around the midsection, and anxiety and depression. This is Sarah. Sarah was an aspiring model, and she caused this because her eating was getting out of control and it was getting in the way of her work. She was on so many anxiety and depression medications. She was miserable. She was constantly either anxious because of the medication she was on, or she was feeling depressed. She just didn't have control over herself or her life. After we put into place this brain behavior, this brain body connection for Sarah, this is Sarah today. How did she achieve this transformation? She started using the 3-step solution, and Sarah's able to get off of all her meds, both anxiety and depression medication, and also all of her weight loss medication. And not only did she control her weight and lose the weight that she wanted to, but she now enjoys a healthy lifestyle where her weight has been maintained for several years and her career skyrocketed. She is joyful and successful more than she ever thought possible. She now enjoys an amazing modeling career traveling between Palm Beach, Paris, and Milan. Imagine having these successful results. If Sarah can do it, why not you? The second discovery that we made is that having anxiety, depression, or a stressful lifestyle does in fact trigger your fight or flight response. And these triggers can come from multiple resources, right? Multiple areas. So it can come from relationship problems, stress at work, work struggles, career struggles, already underlying mental health issues. As we know, some people have a predisposition to depression. They have a predisposition to anxiety disorders. So then with all of these stressors, it just triggers a downward spiral, which affects their weight and which affects their well-being and quality of life. And also there are personality traits. Some people tend to naturally reach for food to cope with stress because these are just learned behaviors. And then other people have hormonal imbalances, while at the same time the weight can cause hormonal imbalances and make people who already have pre-existing hormonal imbalances have worse problems with their hormones and other addictive habits. These all serve as one thing. While in the past we looked at these as separate areas in medicine, we can now see that these are all interrelated stressors. And it's like the brain, when exposed to these stressors, feels like it's being attacked by a pack of wolves. It triggers your fight or flight response, and your brain then tells your body to run from the wolf pack by escaping. Now, escaping could be reaching for a bag of Cheetos, binge eating, not going to the gym, maybe starting a new fad diet, whatever it is, your brain now feels that it needs to run. So it starts this vicious yo-yo cycle where it's going to try to find its own solution. Meet Linda. Linda is a mom and had a high stress job, and she worked at her job for 20 years just to get a promotion. At first, she was just eating and overeating socially, but then the stress of having to meet deadlines and deal with her job and balance her job family balance really started to take the toll on her. She started eating in secret. She started just overeating. She started being lethargic. It triggered her to have like more weight problems. It triggered her to have hormonal imbalances. Her hair even started to fall out. She became short tempered and she started snapping at everybody. She was eating food in secret. Everything she did to combat her depression was just not helping her. And then she found a solution by calling us and getting the brain body solution. Now Linda has success at work. She has clarity. She avoids mind fog. She is the kind of wife and mother she's always wanted to be. And she has been able to lose 50 pounds of stubborn belly fat. The discovery that we made, number 3, was that yo-yo dieting leads to hormone imbalances, which leads to insulin resistance, weight gain, anxiety, depression, fatigue, and headaches. So what are the keys to your success? Thankfully, we now know that there's a better way to solve your overeating and weight problem and manage your anxiety and depression at the same time. The PHW weight loss solution, after years of research, has found a proven way to eliminate excess weight and permanently lose weight and maintain it and control anxiety and depression. Let me walk you through the steps. First, what we do is we reset the brain. We repair the brain-body connection to get your thermostat working and functioning properly. Then we rewire. This is where we rewire the stimulus response, which changes your brain's relationship to how it relates with food, emotions, and those internal triggers of so-called temperature changes that would normally lead you to start having anxiety or depression and lead you ultimately to binge, which would lead you to release all these horrible hormones, which would lead you to be in an imbalance. So we rewire that system. Don't worry, we don't use any intrusive tools, and we can teach you to do this from the comfort of your home. Next, we recharge and retune. The next step is very simple and essential, and it's the key to your permanent weight loss and management of your anxiety and depression and regulating your hormones. We retune your brain to get permanent results so that your thermostat auto-regulates long-term. New research finds that only fixing the brain-body connection is the best way to achieve permanent weight loss, control anxiety and depression, and balance hormones. Research has shown that, again, after several years and millions of dollars, we discovered that the perfect way to rebalance the brain-body connection and eliminate rebound weight gain and prevent mental health relapse is not by fad diets, medications, or strenuous exercise, but only by implementing our patented, world-renowned 3-step weight loss solution. And you know what? Our clients speak for themselves. Their results are amazing. They're able to achieve weight loss for good. They controlled other addictions like binge eating, binge drinking, and binge smoking. They were able to lower their blood pressure all across the board. They had improved blood sugar levels. They got off of most, if not all, of their anxiety and depression medication. They eliminated the rebound weight gain from yo-yo dieting. And here's what our clients have to say. Georgette was referred to us by another successful client, and now she enjoys being free of excess weight and is happier than she's ever been for years. She told us, I thought my weight loss solution was helpless, but in a few weeks, I was able to finally lose weight and keep it off. Joan was one of our clients who is still free from her excess weight today, and she's been on our program for more than 10 years. She says, thank you, Positive Health and Wellness. After I continue to use the weight loss solution, I have kept the weight off for years. You know, Stephanie called us. She was very anxious. She had been taking a number of anxiety medications, and she was even on Ritalin. Now she's on no medications. Her weight control has been gained, and she even has no hot flashes. It managed her hormonal symptoms as well. She says, I have my weight back. I now enjoy spending time with my friends and not having to worry about my eating getting out of control. You know, and then there was Angela. Angela was surprised at how simple the program is. She says, I'm so glad I now use the PHW weight solution. I honestly can't imagine being without it. You're here because you're committed to making an end to this cycle. And you know what they say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. You want to end your yo-yo cycle. You're tired of feeling guilty, overweight, and exhausted and depressed. And if you're anything like our clients, you put a high value on your time. And you've probably enjoyed successes in other areas of your life by focusing on things that get you results. And you probably enjoyed success in areas of your life by focusing on how to get results. Now you know that resetting the brain body connection is the best way to achieve permanent weight loss. And we've shown you how losing weight and getting healthier can accelerate your career, fix your relationships with your friends and family, prevent overeating, and even help you shed excess weight and prevent chronic disease. You've also seen that the old way of doing things just doesn't work. The only way to control your weight is to use the 3-step brain behavior connection weight loss program because it's proven to give women just like you the results they want. And you can do this. We can do this together. Just imagine how great you'll feel when you no longer have to struggle with the harmful effects of medications, diet jitters, or unnecessary weight gain. How good you'll feel when you finally can succeed in your career and enjoy time with your friends and family without any mood swings, depression, feeling tired, fatigued, angry, or anxious, or without the guilt that weight loss jitters give and how being overweight is causing you. If you'd like us to help you do this, we'd be delighted. Because there's one thing we know for sure. Doing things alone is not easy. Here's what I mean by that. It would cost you millions of dollars or more than 20 it has cost us millions of dollars and more than 20 years of research to create a solution which actually works. What you've tried to do so far hasn't worked. If you were able to control your real weight, you wouldn't need the solution, would you? We're the experts in this area. We're going to help you stay accountable. How will you be able to use the right tools? We're going to give them to you. You'll be able to reach sustainable results. And let's be honest, you're here because you know that the other avenues, such as excess dieting, yo-yo cycle, medication, and strenuous exercise, just haven't cut it. So why would you do more of the same thing that doesn't work? Books are great for knowledge, but not for transformation. And unfortunately, this is what most doctors don't understand. You know, the devil's in the details. And so we've done our best to share with you what we can on how to control your weight and control your anxiety and manage your depression and at the same time manage your hormonal imbalances. And we know that it works because it's worked for millions of other clients over 25 years of research. So unless you're an expert in this area who can identify nuances, it's going to be really hard for you to do this on your own. And there's just quite frankly nothing else like this on the market. So you know what? You could try to do what successful people do. Successful people figure out what they want. They identify why they want it. And they ask who, not how. So now you know what you want. You want to be free from this excess weight that's robbing you of the experience that you deserve, the lifestyle that you know you can have, the energy that you want to be able to use to do fun activities, travel, and do wonderful things that you've always wanted to. Then now you need to ask yourself why. Why do you want to lose weight? Your why is going to be completely personal and it's going to be different. Is it because you have a wedding to get ready for? Is it because you want to be able to finally go on those vacations and trips without getting out of breath from simply walking around? Is it because you want to have energy to taste your little kiddos around and spend time with your family? Is it because you want to feel sexier in your clothes? Is it because you see that as you get older, your hormones are robbing you of your ability to have higher metabolism? Is it because you are having these hormonal imbalances and hair loss and weight gain and headaches? What is your why? Whatever your why is it because you've already been diagnosed with prediabetes and you don't want to go down that cycle of health problems and you want to be able to achieve success and have health and wellness be your defining characteristic? It has worked for so many people and it can work for you. You know what successful people do? They ask, who can help me, not how I can do it by myself. Let me explain. If you had a leak in your roof, how would you fix it? Hmm? Would you go on the roof by yourself or send your husband up there to just go on there and do it himself? No, that would be crazy. And if you did, it would probably involve him going to Home Depot, buying some shingles, climbing on top of the roof, and with little idea of what to do, him somehow trying to patch up your roof and fix it. And unless you're a big DIYer family, we find that that's probably going to patch up your roof temporarily at best, with probably having water leak into the kitchen because it wasn't done properly. This type of thinking is what holds people back because they think that they can try to DIY their ways to better health and fitness. All why? So they can save a few bucks. And although it may eventually happen, the road is filled with mistakes, lost time, tons of frustration, and eventually a lot more money down the drain. Money is cheap, but time is expensive. Successful people don't waste their time trying to figure out how they can do things on their own. They find their who, the expert, who will lead them to results easily and effortlessly that are successful on this first try. They ask themselves, who can help me fix this problem? And that's the answer, isn't it? The question is, who can help you fix this? Well, we've already told you we're the experts in this area, and we're the only ones that can really give you the proper, complete tools to help you fix this once and for all. So here's exactly how we can help you. Our team has set aside some time on our calendar to speak with you, yes, you, absolutely free, about how you can apply these strategies right away and start seeing results now. On this free binge clarity call, what we call it, um, we can do three things. We'll help you get straight on what you really want. You'll be clear on what you want, what kind of weight loss goals you want, what you want to achieve. And then we'll discover the specific challenges which have held you back in the past. And then we'll create a plan for you to help you reach your weight loss goals, help you manage your anxiety and depression, and ultimately control your hormonal imbalances. And just like Samantha, Sarah, Linda, Joan, Amanda, Georgette, Angela, and countless millions of others, you will be able to finally fully achieve your weight loss goals. And so if you want to accelerate success with your weight loss, if you want to enjoy improved relationships with your friends and family and finally manage your anxiety and depression, if you want to do this all without fad diets, strenuous exercise, rebound yo-yo weight gain, jitters from a new detox program you might be on, hormonal imbalances, and medication, then this is for you. We're offering you this call for free for a limited time. Before we go any further, though, we do want you to know that we can't help everyone. And the last thing we want to do is waste your time if this is you're not the type of person who will see results from this. Based on the millions of people we've helped, we know that certain people will get results and few others won't. And the last thing we want to do is waste your time. So this program is not for you if you're in denial of your weight problem. And if you're unwilling to lean in for support and trust our team of experts to help you achieve success. or if you're unwilling or unable to invest in your own health. Regardless of whether we work together or not, if you live on disability or food stamps or just don't believe that it's important for yourself to invest in your health, this is not going to work for you. As much as we'd love to help everyone, we simply can't. Our time is limited, as is yours, and we want to make sure that we're speaking with clients who are going to be able to see value in what we are helping them with. This is, however, for you if you're someone who's fully committed to taking control of your situation and your health. If you're ready to lose weight now and start seeing the positive effects of feeling your clothes feel looser, having yourself have more energy, being able to do all of the things that you love, and if this is a priority for you now. If your weight has interfered with your confidence, career, your lifestyle, if you're ready to take responsibility to eliminate anxiety and depression and excess weight once and for all. So if you meet these criteria, there's no reason why you can't see results, just like Sarah, Joan, Barbara, and countless others did. Here's what you do next. Click on the link and go to bingeclaritycall.com. Uncover what is going to help you once and for all. If you want to uncover what's been keeping you back from achieving permanent weight loss and get that customized plan to help eliminate anxiety and depression and start losing weight in as little as 3 weeks. And if you want to see if working together would make the most sense to get faster results, then this is for you. Simply go to bingeclaritycall.com. Time is of the essence because we are only offering this as a free call for a limited time. You now have two choices. You've watched this entire masterclass. You want to achieve permanent weight control, and you know you're simply not getting results that you want on your own. So take advantage of this opportunity now while it's a free call. Click the link below and let's do